are well aware. The lighting in my room is atrocious, but trying. So I'm blinded by this light I have over here. So pardon me if I'm squinting or anything. But I figured there was no place better to film this video than my bedroom because this is where I locked myself for 4 days straight reading the most incredible book, The Outmate. This book, I told you guys, I posted pictures on Instagram, on Facebook throughout. This book, all I can say is wow. If you haven't heard about it yet, let me read the back for you for a second. But this book is incredible. I am not kidding you. I started this book on a Monday, and I am the slowest reader in the whole entire world. I finished it by Friday. I literally came home from work, and I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as you guys know. So like literally around work, around my gym schedule, and I just read and read and read. I had to pull myself away from it, like fight myself at night to put it down so I could go to sleep, so I could get up the next morning. That's how amazing it is. And the way that I could best describe it was that, you know, when you get so involved in a book and with the characters and you get towards the end, like by the last chapter, I was so excited to read the ending, but at the same time I was so sad that it was going to be over. I literally was going to miss the characters. So let me just read to you what it's about really quick, and then I have a special treat for you, but let me read first. So this says, a wild, erotic, and powerful journey of self-discovery. The Outmate shimmers with intensity of what it means to be human, and the clarity that comes with finding your truth before it's too late. Honestly, it is a wild and erotic journey. Now, take it from somebody who I refused to read the Shades of Grey, the trilogy, because that's just never been me. I was never into those books. Everybody told me, you know, like people loved it, but at the same time, they're like, don't read it if you don't have somebody around, if Adam's gone. So I refused. But this book isn't like that. It's just, wow, it's amazing. Every single person can relate to the main character, Chrissy and Nick, in this book. Now, the cool thing about this as well is that, yes, when you have, you know, like this is the perfect book to read for an SPW because it is, you know, it's our lives. You know, there's prison relationship going on in here, so we can all relate. But the cool thing as well, and I was texting Victoria, the author, as I was reading this, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, this is going to be the perfect book for us. But I would buy this for my sister, who was in a normal outside relationship, and I'm sure she would love it as well. Anybody and everybody, you could give this to your mom, you can give this to your friend, you can give it to a fellow prison wife, and I can guarantee you everyone's going to love it. This is New York Times bestseller material. I am not kidding you. So, with that said, oh, and also, like I said, everyone can relate to a little part of the main characters. Now, you know, this is just a wild fantasy. She took it and she ran with it, and beautifully. However, you know, there's a little piece of both of them that I believe especially a woman who's in a prison relationship can relate to. Absolutely. We know what's going on in her head. So I think it's a lot of fun. Every single review that I've seen of people that have read it and picked it up, everybody has the same reaction. I cannot pull myself away from it. I have to put it down when I have to put it down to take care of the kids or to go to work or whatever. But it's like excruciating to put this book down until you're finished. You will fly through it. It's amazing. You know, I do not promote anything that I don't believe in, and wow, this book is amazing. And not to mention, my favorite part about this whole book, I think I said who it's by. It's The Outmate by Victoria Trenton. Let me just say it again. Victoria L. Trenton. I'm sorry, Vicki. This is written by one of our strong prison wives. So to me, that makes it that much more special. And I got to experience this. I think she was a couple years into writing, but when it was early, and I got to go through, you know, part of the process with her with the Kickstarter project and how she self-published and, you know, a little bit of the trials and the tribulations that she experienced while writing the book. So I think that's what made the book that much more special, was that we watched it, you know, go from early, not the beginning, because I don't think that we've been around as long as she's been writing, but, you know, from early on the journey, and then watching it come to light, and it surpassed every single expectation that I could have possibly had. I knew it was going to be good just because I've seen her write and respond online, but wow, it is incredible. Surpassed any kind of expectation that I possibly could have had for it. Blew it away. It's amazing. So for fun, I decided it would be fun to get to know the author because, like I said, she's one of ours. She's a fellow strong prison wife. So what I did was we did a little interview so I can read the questions to you. And what I'm going to do is I will post them on the blog as well. Like I said, I'm going to read them to you and then I'm going to make them into a blog post on the blog so you can go back and read them yourselves if you have questions while you're reading the book. So, first question. Do you recall how your interest in writing originated? What inspired you to write your first book, The Outmate? And Victoria's response. I was a writer from a very early age. Mind you, my early work was extremely bad. I doubt it. It's true that as an author you develop as you grow older. As far as The Outmate, that's an easy question. The inspiration came the day I got my first letter from my beloved. He's incarcerated, and although I dated him before he was arrested, we did not become an official couple until after he was sentenced. The Outmate began as a series of short fantasies that I wrote to entertain the two of us, envisioning life together when he was free. Question number 2. Why the prison genre? Did you write this specifically with fellow prison wives in mind? If so, why? And Victoria's response is, the prison genre came with being the woman of an inmate. You write what you know. The Outmate became my outlet for a myriad of emotions that comes from navigating through that world. I did not write with fellow prison wives in mind. However, there are many things about being a prison wife / girlfriend that are universal. The loneliness, the waiting for a call or a letter, the difficulties with visiting, financial struggles, and the constant worry about their safety. I've had several prison wives who have read the book and come back to me with the comment that it was like I had gotten inside of their heads. Just goes to show you we're all on this road together. And like I said, honestly, this is my side comment, but every single one of us can relate to what Chrissy in the book is going through on some level. I mean, not to say that we're going to take it and run with it as far as they did. It's a fantasy, it's fiction, it's amazing. But on some small level, I can guarantee you, I promise you, and come back and tell me if I'm wrong. You can post it below. You can post it on the blog, on the Facebook page, whatever. But I guarantee that every single one of you that reads this book, and I hope you do, will be able to relate in some way, shape, or form. And have your guy relate to Nick, the other main character. Number 3. The title is so clever. How did you come up with it? Victoria's answer. She said, actually, I didn't. Early in my relationship with my beloved, I showed his picture to a friend of mine while I explained what it was like to visit him in prison. She whistled, looked at me and said, wow, so you're like the Outmate. The rest is history. I think it's so cute. I bragged to Adam about it. I was like, what an adorable, clever little name for the book and for all of us that are on the outside. 4. I love the cover of the book. Let me show you guys again. I hope you can see with the glare. I'm telling you, the lighting in here is awful. I can't see with the glare, but I hope you can. I designed the cover myself. I purchased bits of stock art like the girl, the gun, the blood splatter, the brand on her hip, the font, and I slapped them all together in GIMP. Then I gave my creation to CreateSpace to see if they could streamline it any further. I was less than amused when I got my exact cover back with only the name offset a bit. Needless to say, I got my money back for that service. So yes, the cover is all mine. Smile face. I also created the book trailer video myself. That can be seen on the website www.theoutmate.com. I'll post it below. Number 5. Is there a message in The Outmate that you want your readers to grasp? Yes. Follow your heart and be true to yourself, no matter where that takes you. Love unconditionally, love strong, and never give up. What a beautiful message. Number 6, how closely are the characters and experiences in the book based on someone and people you know or events in your own life? Victoria's answer. I knew I'd get this question. How'd you know? Yes, the characters and experiences are very closely based on myself, my beloved, and people I know. However, that being said, I took those bases and I went crazy with them. That was part of the fun of writing The Outmate. I got to take people and events I knew and go way over the top with them. I had no filter. Think of it like a Stephen King novel. That man writes some scary, sick stuff. Doesn't mean he's actually a serial killer, clown, or a rabid dog. He's just exploring his own dark imagination. That's what I did with The Outmate. My apologies in advance to my friends for mangling their personalities in print. Thank you, because the book, again, I can't say enough good things. I can't say enough good things about the characters, about the way everything was written. I mean, honestly, from the reader's point of view, it was amazing. I was enthralled. I was totally wrapped up in it. The characters were amazing. It was great. Number 7, if you had to do it all over again, would you change anything in the Outmate? Victoria's answer: nope, I love every word of my novel. I'm not saying it's perfect. I still have a long way to go as a writer and so much to learn. I know there are things I could have done better, but I gave it my absolute best and I'm really proud of the finished product. Number 8, is there anything you find particularly challenging in your writing? Victoria's reply: I'm a very muse-driven writer. I write when the muse hits me, and when it does, I go all out. I've gone for days sitting in my underwear and forgetting to eat because I'm typing so ferociously, caught up in the world I'm creating. The challenge comes in when the muse fades and I still have work to do. The last 5 months of writing the Outmate consisted of tying together all the separate scenes that I'd written in a passion and making it one cohesive novel. That was hard. I never could have done it without my beloved. He was relentless in driving me to finish it. Number 9. What was the hardest part of writing the Outmate? Let me bring the book back. What was the hardest part in writing the Outmate? What were the challenges? Research, literary, psychological, and logistical in bringing it to life. We know my challenge is I can't read or speak. Victoria's reply: some of the scenes were excruciatingly painful to write. For instance, the rape scene. I still shiver when I read that scene. And sometimes when I wrote about Chrissy feeling so far away from Nick and so lonely, I would bawl. Here I am getting ready to. As Hemingway said, there's nothing to writing. You just sit down at a typewriter and bleed. That's so true. I really poured all my emotions, my hopes, my fears, and my anger, everything into the Outmate. Research-wise, yes, I had to do quite a bit, and I'm still not sure I did enough. Critics are very good at spotting inconsistencies, and I spent a lot of time making sure everything lined up perfectly. Timelines, geography, the court system, those are just a few of the things I had to focus on. Number 10. Did you learn anything from writing your book, and what was it? Victoria's reply: I think what I learned most of all from writing this novel is that I am strong enough to finish what I start. It took me 3 years to write the Outmate whilst working a full-time job, but I did it. And then I published it. No matter what, if it flies or fails, nobody can ever take that away from me. I love your passion. I love her passion, and it comes across in this book completely. I also learned that I had a very dark and twisted imagination, and best of all, I learned that my beloved is 150% behind me. Without him, the Outmate would never have been written. He's my rock, and I'm sure many of you can relate even just to that. Number 11. Do you have any advice for other aspiring writers? I know we have a few in our community. And Victoria's response to you and her advice is write. I hate to echo a Nike commercial, but just do it. So many people talk about, I'm going to write this or that someday. No, not someday. Do it now. Every day sit down and write something. It might be slow in coming, but the muse will hit, and when it does, you'll be off to the races. Number 12. What's next for Victoria L. Trenton? Are you taking a break? What are your current projects? Can you share a little of your current work with us? Her reply: right now I'm doing 2 things. 1, relentlessly marketing the Outmate. Once you publish, that isn't the end. You need to keep going, keep pushing, and make sure that the word gets out to potential readers. It's a full-time job. 2, I'm writing a second book, The Mastermind. I can't tell you much about it because I don't want to give away the ending of the first. However, I can tell you it's even darker and sexier, and I'm having a lot of fun writing it. I have to interject this. So literally, as I finished the last word of this book, I picked up my phone and I texted it, and I was like, please tell me there's a part 2. Please tell me you're already writing it. Please, I can't, I need to know more. I need to get more in depth and I don't know. I just need to read more about this couple and get into their lives. This book is amazing, and I was so happy. I didn't know if I was going to be able to share that with you, and that's why I put that question in. But I was so happy to hear that there's a part 2 because wow, like I was finishing part 1 barely and salivating for more. That's how good this book is, and it takes a lot for me to get into books. It really, really, really does. And to get this like engulfed in a couple. I'm not really into like TV shows, and I don't really get into characters or that kind of thing, and I can't say enough how just engulfed I was in this book. You guys will love it, please. And please comment below and let us know if and when you do read it, what you think. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but feedback is critical, and I'd love to hear if you feel the same way, and if you don't, why not? And if you do, why? What did you love? You know, Victoria would love that feedback too. We still have more questions, but I'm just going off on a tangent as always. Number 13. Do you have anything specific that you want to say to your readers? And her reply is, just thank you for reading The Outmate and for the support and love you've shown to me as a writer. It's amazing to me when a new reader gets stuck into Nick and Chrissy's world and comes back to me excited about it. It's like I'm sharing a secret with them, a peek inside an alternate universe. It's a great feeling, so thank you for that. Sucked in completely. You guys, I'm telling you, are going to be sucked in too. Get a copy. Where you can get them is on Amazon. It's available for paperback, and it's also available, and I want to say that's like between $12 and $15, but I'll double check that and I'll put it in the comments below. You can also get it as a Kindle version, and she worked her butt off to get it as cheap as she can for you. I believe it's $4 or around there. The Kindle version, that's on Amazon as well. Look it up. You can also see the book trailer at theoutmate.com. Like I said before, I'm going to put the link below. Also, while I have you guys here, because I don't make as many videos as you know, as I used to, and I'm sure you could tell I'm like rusty. I was quiet in the beginning. I had people downstairs in my house, and I'm like all nervous that they're going to listen. You know, usually I do this from the hotel room when I go to visit, and I haven't been there in a while. And it's going to be a few weeks before I go back, and honestly, I wanted you guys to get this book. It's unbelievable. That's how good it is. Like, I couldn't wait until I was there to make it. So I'm upstairs in my room, like whispering without, you know, people hearing me. I'm sorry, I'm babbling because I'm trying to find this for you. I have a really great deal for you guys. This one comes from Oni. She is one of our ads. So this comes from Oni, she's one of our admin, one of our fellow SPWs, and she also owns State Shops New York. So for us, she has a coupon code going on. She wanted to run something special specifically for Strong Prison Wives. So she is running indefinitely. She's running a coupon. And if you go in and you purchase from her site, the coupon code is SPW Love. SPW, new word, LOVE. So make sure that you enter that. It's effective immediately. It's indefinite. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Oni. That's amazing. You know, we try to have do as much as we can for each other and help each other out, and this is a huge help, so thank you. And to all the New York prison wives, make sure you go on there and you use that coupon code so you can get a discount. Also, they are rolling out a new feature for the site that we're going to give to you in a new video, because I think the details are still being worked out. So stay tuned for that. That will be in my next video. We have more coming with Interlinks. We're going to have amazing deals through them. And I can't announce that yet. I will announce that in a couple weeks when I get the green light from their staff. So you guys stay tuned. There's so much going on. We're revamping and relaunching the site. That's coming soon as well. I'm not sure how soon, but you know, we're just having a little bit of difficulties figuring out the technical part, because yours truly is not the most technically minded person. But it's coming soon. So I know a lot of people are having trouble signing up for the site and navigating it. It's a mess right now. And that's 100% my fault, just because I'm not, like I said, as technical of a person as some people are. So we're getting the kinks worked out. Just please bear with us. If you still want to be entered on the site and want to have a sign in and everything, there's no code that comes back to you. So if you want to sign up for the site, just email me, strongprisonwives@gmail.com. You need to send me the username you want to use. You can send me the email address that you want to register under, and if you want the password you want to use. If you don't want to send me your password, that's fine. I will send you back a generic password that I create, and then you can go into your account and change the password. This way I don't have your password. So that's up to you. Of course, passwords and stuff like that would never be shared with anybody. And but just that's up to you for your own security reasons. That's absolutely fine. I'll just make one up generically and I'll add you to the site. But like I said, if you can wait a couple weeks, couple months, however long it's going to be, everything's going to be new and updated and amazing. Just for you. So if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to see on the site, now's your chance. Send them to me. Email strongprisonwives@gmail.com. Again, pick up a copy of The Outmate on Amazon. You will not regret it. I promise you. Have I ever steered you wrong before? If I have, comment below. If I haven't, hit like. And take advantage of the coupon code SPWLOVE on State Shop New York. State Shops New York for all New York wives. More news coming with that soon. More Interlinks news coming soon. New and improved Strong Prison Wives website coming soon. So lots of love to you guys. It's Friday, so everybody heading out to a visit, take care of yourselves, drive safe, enjoy your visits. Don't do anything silly or stupid and get yourselves kicked out. Just behave, have fun, enjoy your time, and everybody else have a restful, relaxing weekend. I am a mess. I will see you guys in the next video. Lots of love to you.
Please hang up and try again.
Think of it like a Stephen King novel. That man writes some scary, sick stuff. It's a tongue twister. Let me start again. Think of it like a Stephen King novel. The man writes some sick... I can't. I suck reading out loud. I'm sorry, guys. Authentication? What's the word? Authentication. No. How do you say it? I don't know how to say it. I don't know. There's no code that comes back to you in email like it says it's going to authenticate. That's not right. Oh my God, I sound like an idiot right now. Anyway, there's no code that comes back to you.